In this video, I'm going to teach you how to export your portfolio, how to merge your portfolio, how to compress your portfolio, and how to print and transmit your portfolio. So once you have the portfolio reviewed and refined as best you can, and it's ready to either share with a critic or to pass along to a potential employer, for example, you have to package it for them. And so you can't just send them the InDesign file because they do not have the folder of links on their computer. So none of the images are going to show up or look very good if they do at all. They'll show up with like white boxes with X's on them. So you cannot send an InDesign file. What you have to do is go to the file menu and you're going to package it. So, but before you do that, you want to make sure you save it. So you can do Control S, or you can go to File and Save. And then you're going to go down to Package. Now, there's going to be some warnings about fonts and things that are missing, but most of the time I just go ahead and hit package because there's going to be some information that tells you, there's some warnings that really don't apply to us. And as long as we've used the fonts that have been provided through us through InDesign, and our links are where they need to be, the image quality is good, we can just go ahead and move through the default settings. And so what's going to happen now is it's going to create a new folder for you, and we can go ahead and hit package. And I'm going to hit OK. This is about copyright, which of course we agree to. This is saying that there's text kind of outside of the text box or outside of the page border on page 7, but it's not a problem because the text itself is on the page correctly. These are some fonts that were not available for my computer for this InDesign template, and that's okay because I've substituted them. And so it's going to create this PDF, and it might take a few minutes. So I'm going to pause. And so now you can see here that the packaging has resulted in separate portfolio pages. And so this is a PDF of each of the pages, but they're separate, see? So let me go ahead and drag it from my other screen. So you can see here we've got the individual pages that are just ready to be merged. And so what we have to do is just check, make sure everything looks the way we want it to look. And so I go ahead and open them all, make sure that the image quality is good, make sure that I have all the pages. You can see this is going to be real slow to load, so I may have to go back and look at that and kind of see what's going wrong with that. But if everything looks the way that I want it, then the next thing that I can do is go ahead and merge these pages using Adobe Acrobat. So I'm going to go ahead and pause for a moment while I open that. Now, once I'm in Adobe Acrobat, I go over to File and Create, and then I select Combine Files into a single PDF. And so the next thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and add my files, and I'm going to go to my portfolio template folder where they all are and grab them all and open. And here they are. So then I'm going to hit the combine button. It's going to take a few minutes here, and then it's going to create what they call a binder, which is a single Adobe PDF. You can see it here and it's saved right there. So then I'm going to do a save, and I'm going to name this as just my portfolio. So we'll hit save. We're going to put it right back in that folder. And you can name it whichever you want. I tend to put my name and the year so that I have it as a reference point later, so I can look at my portfolio year over year, or I can start to access old portfolios to bring elements in and kind of combine them. So you can save it as anything you want. I'm going to just call this for right now portfolio. 2021. And I'm going to save it. So you can see the name will change here. And now what I'm going to teach you next, now that we have merged this into a single file here, is I want to teach you how to compress it. Now, this is especially important if you're going to be emailing this portfolio, because these are very high quality images. The file size is very large. And so you want to make sure that when you send this portfolio, it's as small as it can be. Now, you may choose to zip your portfolio if it's really big, but what I like to do is do this, which is reduce file size, and that will maintain the quality, but it will make it as small as it possibly can in the process. And so we'll just put it there, and there it is. I'm going to hit no. I'm going to right click this, and I'm going to add compressed. You can see down here, it says it's reducing the PDF size. And so look, it went from almost 8 down to 1. And that's great, because that means I could still make this portfolio even bigger. And as long as it's under that 10 MB, it usually won't get bounced back from most servers. And so that's nice, because when it's small, it'll send quickly, it'll load quickly for my viewer, and they won't just be sitting and waiting and waiting and waiting while it downloads. So compressing your portfolio is a really nice touch if you're going to transmit it. So from here, it's a digital file. It's small and it's ready to go. So from here, all you have to do is, if you're going to transmit it electronically, you can go ahead and just open up an email and type whatever your message is, and then you can hit the attach button in whatever email server you're using, and or email program that you're using, and you can just browse towards this file and attach it, and you can hit the send button. I always like to also follow up with a second email to whomever I'm sending this to say, I sent you a copy of my portfolio just a moment ago. If you, for some reason, did not receive it, please let me know. And then that way they know and you know that the file has been sent. Now, if you want to print this, you can either print it from your personal computer, or you can copy this file onto a flash drive and take it to a reprographics place where they have really nice printers on really nice paper. I really like to present my portfolio on cardstock that's really bright white. And so I don't have a printer that will print on cardstock, so I always take mine to get printed. And then of course, also this is set up because it's got spreads. It's intended to be printed out on 11 by 17. But what I'm going to do here is go to my print. You can see my printer is preloaded here. And the scale, it's going to shrink my oversized pages to accommodate my my small printer here. You can see I can, of course, adjust the landscape, adjust it to landscape instead of portrait. So this will print it out on 8.5 by 11 paper, which is what my printer has. And it will still give that effect of the spread. However, of course, if I wanted to go print this out at a place that had an 11 by 17 printer, of course, I would be able to do that. And it would have larger image rendering, of course. But all I do is just hit that print button, and the only thing you have to be aware of if you're going to print this on a small desktop printer is it will take the computer a little time to print out these pages, and the printer may, take 5 or 10 minutes to print each page. So if it doesn't just come straight out of your printer right away, be mindful that you don't have to keep printing over and over and over again. Just wait patiently, and the printer should send the paper out. Okay, so now you know how to export your portfolio, or what we call package it. Then you have to merge the portfolio pages within an Adobe Acrobat or another PDF creator. Make sure that you compress your portfolio so that it transmits quickly and opens quickly. And then, of course, now you know how to print and email it if you want to.